back to the YTG Podcast.
Welcome.
You are new here, my name is Nico. I'm an automotive photographer and now amateur racing driver.
I'm Sean, and I am the owner of this lovely shed in Keysborough, YTG Young Timers Garage.
Here
Welcome.
on the weekly-ish YTG Podcast, we're going to give you the sort of inside scoop inside the automotive industry in Australia, as well as some fantastic stories, motorsport, anything car related. So, and a bit of electric car hate. So join us on another episode, and we hope you enjoy. Welcome back. It's been 15 minutes. Good to see you all again. First things first, I forgot to tell a little story last week, so I better quickly bang that out. When we went to Atrium Detailing for their cars and coffee, this fantastic kid came up to me. And he goes, "Excuse me, are you guys the guys from that podcast?" And I'm thinking, "Oh, cool."
I'm waiting for some dad to come up. And
100%. And it was this awesome little bloke by the name of Jack.
Yeah, good on you. Hey, Jack. Well done, mate.
He was great. I had a good chat with him about the G80 M3 that was standing in front of that Sean was absolutely ragging on being an ugly car. The M3 with the big grills on the front of it.
What's it, G80?
G80.
That's the new series.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'll remember that.
And so I had a you out with him. Awesome little guy, so I wanted to show you out. And I asked him what car he came, and he said, "My mum's car."
I couldn't believe he's 12.
Yeah,
he listens to the podcast all the time.
I think a 12-year-old kid in Sean's vocabulary. But hey, look, if he enjoys it,
mate,
fantastic.
He's a 12-year-old kid, mate. He's fucking with all his mates, and they're all fucked, mate. Come on.
100%, 100%.
But yeah, it was great. It was great. Obviously, we've got a broad demographic range of the 25 fans.
100%. No, I'm glad he enjoyed it. He said he listens to it religiously, so it's good
it
to
was
hear.
good. He liked it.
It's good to hear. I asked him what car he wants, and he pointed out a Nardo Grey RS3.
RS3 Nardo Grey.
To which I said, mate, manual, come on.
Yeah. What's that?
But yeah, no, so awesome to meet you, Jack.
Good to meet you, Jack. I hope you continue listening, mate. Thank you.
100%. So we'll crack on with this week's episode. So now I've got that story out of the way. We've got a bit of a main topic for this week, and that is a Piston Heads article, Piston Heads from the UK. The best, I'll read the title so I don't get it wrong, best car of the last 25 years.
Yeah.
It's a big period. What does that take
us
back
of choice.
to? 2000, geez, fuck, what are we
Almost,
now? 2023.
19.
So 1998.
Yeah.
So fair while. 1998. Yeah, 1998.
Yeah.
So they've got a few categories here. So we'll kick things off. We can have a good chat about what we think about their choices and what we might have picked. So for the best hot hatch, the GR Yaris.
Fuck, okay.
Best hot hatch of the last
25 years. That's a big fucking call, man.
A big call. I mean, look, it's a great car. It is a fantastic car. But the best hot hatch?
Fuck, I don't know. I'm not a hot hatch person, really, but
not really.
I would think there'd be better shit than the fucking YR Yaris. GR Yaris. I mean, we have got a GR Corolla coming, but I don't know, man. I don't know about that. But anyways, fuck, what would you choose? Fuck, I don't know. I reckon I'd go for I'd probably go fucking that RS Megane that like we had, that fucking stripped out thing with the roll cage in it, that latest one.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
Yeah,
I mean, that was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, that was the
trophy.
The white with the red stickers.
Red, yeah.
So that was the ridiculous Megane Trophy R or whatever it was called. For like the $100,000
ridiculous,
Megane.
yeah. I mean, to me, that was like the hot hatch. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm not a high hatch guy, mate. So I mean, to me, I'd go. But it's 25 years.
25 years, yeah.
I mean, I still think a Megane 275 Cup or something. I think that's a great car. That was a fucking scam, that car too.
As a driver's
car.
That
white one I was trying to buy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. Fucking scam.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah, spewing. Yeah.
That explains the price.
Yeah, mate. It's too good to be true. It fucking always is.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon?
The GR Yaris is good in every way except it lacks that personality from the engine side of things.
I feel like I'm driving a fucking a Ford Econovan.
Right. And because it's a brand new car, all brand new cars, they lack a little bit of that soul. My brain immediately went to Clio V6, but I think that's older than 25.
That's why,
it's
to me...
close, but it's not quite. Because I think...
That's middle 90s, I think that
I think there's a lot of great driving hot hatches out there.
Yeah.
You know, the Golf GTIs are great. Megane RSs are fantastic.
I struggle with the front wheel drive.
Exactly right.
That's what I struggle with,
first thing
mate.
was, front wheel drive sucks a little bit. It's still great, but I would prefer...
It's not the fucking Ford RS, the Focus RS. I don't give a fuck, mate. That was a grouse engine, that 2.5 turbo.
Yeah.
Oh, but, you know, it's got the special mechanical diff, so it does. So, yeah, but it's trying to do everything... And doesn't matter how complicated your diff is, because to me that just means dollar signs when it blows up. And that's, you know what I mean? I just think you've spent so much technology. Why don't you just fucking make the thing all-wheel drive? Oh, but it's more heavier. But hang on, it's a better fucking balanced car. You get the power down better instead of like trying to get rid of the torque steer. I don't know. That's why I just never got into hot hatches. So So fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think.
Yeah, what do you think? The best...
I would like to know, okay, for all these fucking questions that they have here, I would love the people that listen to give us their opinion on what they reckon.
Yeah,
that is.
100%.
So this one, they say Toyota Yaris GR.
Yeah, and you would pick a...
I actually thought that fucking... Because it has to be within 25 years.
Yeah, what was the second generation Clio V6? What year would that have been? It might have been 2000s.
The V6 thing?
Yeah, the V6, Clio V6.
If that is, then that'd be it.
If that is, then that'd probably be
it.
pick.
That would be it.
Yeah,
but I think it's borderline.
If not for that, I'd throw a little bit of a left ball here. If the Clio V6 doesn't meet the years, I would go the Megane R26R. And the reason I say that is because I read a full article
26
from Henry Catchpole, I think it was, saying that the R26R is the greatest generation of Megane, and
which one's that one?
The GT3 RS of hatchbacks. It's the facelift version of mine. So it's got different suspension, it has a roll cage, all sorts of stuff.
Plexiglass windows, sort of stuff.
Same generation as mine. So same angry headlights and everything.
Yeah, that sort of
the
wedgie.
Absolute, the wedgie back.
Yeah.
But the absolute top spec of the range one of that.
White with
generation.
the red decals and red wheels.
Correct,
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently they are, to drive,
Yeah.
they are the bee's knees. And you've still got an engine with noise and everything else.
Yeah.
The Focus RS was a good shout, because that is that car's
That's
got a lot of character.
Mate, and I've driven that a few times,
Yeah.
and like I was like, fuck, you know, I mean, like, I wouldn't convert to that side, but I'm like, fuck, if I had no choice, I'd probably look at something like this, but I just couldn't get over that fucking torque steer. It doesn't matter how technical the diff is.
Right.
That's the only thing, you know, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's some other, Jesus, there's so many good cars. Other highlights, Mark II Focus RS with that 5-pod engine, the fancy diff up front. That's a ripper car.
That's what I mean. That's a great car.
Is a ripper car.
Great
Still
car.
front-wheel drive, but apparently, I haven't driven the
Great
RS.
car.
I had my XR5, I haven't driven an RS, but apparently they are.
Awesome. I drove a green one, that pearly green, and great engine noise. That 2.5 turbo, great engine. Just pulled like a fucking...
They do, yeah.
But...
Oh, yeah, they still
just
talk
gets
to you.
up a little bit. You know what I mean?
But what front-wheel drive doesn't?
But see, this is the thing. This is why
we don't have a single hatchback in here.
No, I'm trying to see if we have a single front-wheel drive car.
Oh, no.
Have we ever had one? Oh,
yes, Honda Integra.
And the Renault Megane. Remember we first had that fucking Megane GT thing, the new look thing?
Oh, yeah.
That actually wasn't a bad car.
Really?
I fucking drove... Mate, I drove that home a couple of times.
Yeah?
And I'm going, fuck, I don't even know what it was. It was 30, 35 grand. I'm going, you know what? This is actually not a bad place to be.
Renault do actually make good cars.
I think they do. I mean, they're quirky as fuck, but they're cool and they're different. But I was actually in, it was like a car, I think it was, I don't know, what it was fucking 21 or something or other. What did we fucking trade that on? I can't remember. But I remember it was like that grey colour, and I remember I sold it to this chick, and it was a great car. I was like, right, I'm going, you know what, this ain't too bad. You know, if I needed a city car or something, it was actually, like, I considered it if I was ever going to go that way.
Yeah,
okay, we
right.
bought it for retail. We traded for retail. But yeah, you know, that, I think, like I said, I mean, that's why I've always, you know, when you rock up with your little Megane, I'm like, yeah, because they were quirky, they were a bit different, they were, So, okay, so that's us. But please, don't make a note and send us what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Oh, jeez, we're both feeling
Yeah, I know, fuck.
Oh, yes. So, the best saloon.
25 years.
from 25 years. Take a guess. What do you think it is?
Well, it has to be a fucking 63. A proper 63, like a 204, 507.
Best
sedan.
saloon ever.
I'm very biased. A best saloon. Oh, for fuck's sake. What could
There's
it be?
a lot of
Don't
cars.
tell me they fucking chose an M5 or something like that.
E39 M5.
Well, I was thinking they're going to choose like an F10 or something.
No.
E39 M5.
E39, that's a
well,
cool
I would
car.
have said, look, I honestly was going to probably say E55 supercharged because really they.
Which is a similar. No.
Well, no, I mean, well, yeah, they came out 03, that 211, 02, 03, 04, 05 because the E39 had.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Just look at a contemporary XJR or E55.
Yeah,
There you go.
because technically the XJR, which was the Jag supercharged 8, which I think was a 3.2, I think it was back then. Then you had the E39 M5, because I know I just sort of half got into the industry back then. This was late 90s, early 2000s. And it was the 39, and for me it was the AMG got it for me because it just had so much more torque with the supercharged. But I thought that because that was the fastest production car in the world, the 39 M5. Then the 55 took it.
Right.
Then the 55 held it till the CL65 or S65 took the thing, V12 by turbo.
V12, yeah.
So, yeah, I could see that because that E39 M5 is a
wicked
fucking
car,
great car. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Wouldn't totally disagree with that.
And a car that old to be...
Because that's how epic it was.
That's how epic it was.
Yeah,
And
it was.
Every review you read about that car says
we've
the same
had
thing.
4. And I remember I forced Stephen to drive one. He said, no, he's fucking driving the Bentley. So I go, fuck out of the Bentley shit. Drive this, man. And he was like, yeah, this is fucking cool. Yeah. I can, mate, 6-speed manual, fucking V8 sedan.
Yeah. I do think it's a pity that AMGs never really did manuals, ever. Because
Never.
if they did, some of those cars would have been epic.
I mean, okay, you can get, the old Evo 190, 2.5 Cosys and that, but
way back.
That's way, way back. And it is true, isn't it? I mean, because that was one of the complaints. You got to fucking call it as you see it. Yeah, the AMG speed shift has never been as good as, say, the DCT in a BMW or the DSG, obviously an Audi or PDK and Porsche. I mean, it's not that gearbox. It's great gearbox, but it doesn't have the response, especially like the CLKs. I mean, they're just a 5-speed and they just, or the 7s, I mean, they don't really change down as you like them to. And that's always been a complaint about it. But, I don't know. I can't see myself driving a CLK 63 in a manual, a Black Series. I can't see myself driving an SLK 55 in a black or an SLS in a black.
Interesting.
I don't know. I just can't see it. I see it as an auto. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I know we can get them in overseas. You get, we get opportunities with manuals, not in AMG, but they're normal things. And no prick wants a fucking manual Benz.
Well,
here.
that's the thing. I mean, people.
We've had occasionally, you might have seen an SLK 350 in a manual. 1 out of fucking 30 if you're lucky.
Yeah, 100%.
No prick wants it. Mm-hmm. And I remember we traded one at Duns ages ago. Hey, we're fucking about Drogo. This is actually quite nice. You get a bit more out of the V6. It was a nice gearbox and it's okay. You go, fuck, I don't know why no one bought one. But yeah, you could never get one in an AMG.
I'm just amazed that no one's taken that manual that obviously fits up to the Mercedes engines and like they do with Ferraris and everything else and actually tried to make a manual AMG. I don't think I've ever seen or heard of a manual AMG ever.
No, I just don't think it's probably the car that they could be fucked doing it with.
I guess
maybe.
that maybe it's so built into the computer system it's just not worth it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Interesting. It's never going to happen.
Nah.
Fuck, okay, so E39.5. Okay, cool.
E39.5.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
pretty serious. That's a big call, man. That's a fucking lot of cars, man.
I know, in the saloon
25
market,
years, mate. That's what's going. I did say M5, but I just assumed they're going to fucking choose like an F10 or something stupid like that, you know what I mean? Like maybe the limited edition one or whatever, the competition, which wasn't a bad car actually, but Chris Harris loves that car. I remember he gave a good review on that. The competition or whatever, the last one, the limited edition jar or whatever the fuck. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one?
Next one, best track
Same.
car.
Come back with that.
Yeah, come back. Best saloon. Now, next one, best track car.
Ah, fuck. I don't know. They'd probably say a fucking cup car or something.
I know, because it has to be still road registered.
Oh, sorry. Fuck. I know what I'd probably say. Well,
there's some mega options.
I was going to say there's some pretty heavy options. I mean, what do you do? GT3 RS, GT2. I mean, I'd probably say, only because, again, I'm fucking biased. It's really the last of the ones that I own, AMG GTR.
Yeah, right.
A GDR, I don't need a Pro. GDR.
Yeah. They are monsters.
Awesome car.
Just, yeah.
Because everyone, like, I was even talking to a guy today who bought the GDS. He goes, you got out of the trade tomorrow, what'd you buy? I go, fuck, mate. If I had $1 for every time I got an answer, fuck, I'd be out of the trade because I made so much money. I said to him, I wouldn't do much track time, so I don't need a track car per se.
Yeah.
But I want something that I could enjoy if I wanted to, but then I could take the family or whatever.
Yeah.
If I got out of the trade tomorrow, I would buy a Turbo 991 or a GT3 Touring with rear seats, manual.
Yeah.
Or AMG GTR.
Yeah.
The only reason why I would stray towards more the Porsche because of the four seats.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. It's the only reason.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And that's why I'm fucking struggling with the fucking getting another Maloo or a fucking Ranger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of the practicality.
Yeah.
The Ranger, I'm just struggling with the Ranger,
Yeah.
you know? Anyways, so there you go. So fuck, okay.
So, best track car, they have picked the Caterham 7 620R, which is the top Caterham.
What?
So this makes me start wondering, because there's a lot of mega track-related cars, especially from all of the supercar
25 years. That's what I mean.
There's
Really?
Pistas. I mean, I don't know if this
What
was
would you
written...
call a Pista track car?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, that's the track focus variant.
Yeah, but I mean, how many fucking pricks take them out on the fucking track?
Not many.
Half the pricks can't drive them anyways.
Not many, but that's what they're built for. That's what they're sold as. But yeah, so this really makes me wonder what a Caterham's like. What are Caterhams
I mean,
like?
I've never driven one on a track.
And look, I've never driven one ever.
But to me, it just felt like the fucking elephant.
Closest experience I've ever had was the Elephant, obviously, which I've got in my garage at the moment. And I must say that it is...
You're one of the few people who've had an elephant company car.
Yeah. It puts a smile on your dial unlike anything
Honestly,
else.
when I was filming you blokes and you guys were next to me, and I was in the 507, I think. Yeah, I was. And you're just sitting there and it's just cruising and you two look like you could just touch the ground.
Literally.
And you're just cruising along and then, you pulled away and it seemed to pull away nicely. And then I sort of get up to you and then I just saw it and I'm going, yeah, that looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just pure analog driving.
100%, yeah.
That's
and it just,
yeah.
There's the biggest thing for me when I got from the Elephant into the Porsche to drive to the Cars and Coffee was it just...
Felt like a big fat
all
cat.
of that fizz and fun and stuff, regardless of the actual dynamics of the car and how it felt different.
Yeah.
Just getting in it and pulling away, there was none of that energy,
Yeah.
in the air as excitedness,
Yeah.
The Elephant is just a fun thing. So maybe a Caterham on track, on the limit, is just electric. And especially, so the 620R...
A lot of value.
The 620R has a bonkers turbocharged engine in it and a sequential gearbox.
What is it, a Toyota four-cylinder?
And I think it's Ford.
Oh, ZTEC or something.
Yeah, 2-litre turbo.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how much horsepower, but it's 620 horsepower per tonne. So it's a lot of power.
It's a lot
of power. And you watch onboard videos of them, and it literally looks like they're in an LMP2 car. It's like, bah, 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 bah,
Really?
in a road car. It's nuts.
Single-seater?
No, two-seater. Just Caterham.
Oh, sorry, Caterham. So, yeah, of course,
so it's just but yeah, they look mental. So it must be the most energetic, terrifying, hair-raising...
Full experience.
Yeah, it must just... Because there's a lot of stuff out there like, Porsches and AMGs that are faster around a track or whatever else the case may be, but that must be the most...
a big call.
Exhilarating car. It's a huge call, isn't it?
Mate, that's a big fucking
I really
call,
want to drive. Now that I've had the Elephant experience, I understand what that is. And
there's no budget in this thing. It's just fucking whatever car.
Correct. Yeah. So it's a big call, isn't it? It's a very big call. It's I need to drive a Caterham.
And that's a big company calling that.
Huge. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. These things must be different gravy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to drive one.
Yeah, wow. I'd like to see the response, what people say about that.
Yeah. Because it's very left field.
I would have picked the fucking Lotus over a fucking Caterham even.
Yeah.
Not even a fucking Cup fucking exceeds 240.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
I would never have picked that.
Yeah.
No fucking way. I mean, Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just thought they would have picked GT3 RS or fucking, anyways, shit. Okay, cool. Wow. Okay.
I'd be going to Valkyrie, hands down.
Well, I mean...
Road-registered Valkyrie is the most batshit crazy thing
But they're
ever
road registered
made.
in Australia.
No, nothing's road registerable in Australia.
Fucking
No, none of the hypercars are road registered.
we saw Tony Quinn take his Valkyrie out.
Vulcan. That's a Vulcan.
No, Vulcan. Sorry, that's right. There was
that's a track-only car. That
Vulcan,
one.
yeah. That thing
that's
was
a
epic.
track-only. Yeah.
We saw that.
Yeah.
January we going New Zealand for a big round at Hampton Downs, and we're going to be seeing Tony and all that there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we're going. We were talking about it today. Talking about it at Bathurst.
That for one of Will Kitching's rounds?
No, well, it's a combination of a few things with our mate from Sydney and Perry with all the stuff. We're going to go there with a few things we were doing with them. So, yeah, and I said, we'll go with a few of the boys and we'll do some good branding. I mean, we got to go over there anyways because New Zealand sort of, as much as the market's fucked over there too, but in saying it, we've got some epic cars and the joint's grouse little place. Maybe put some social posts out there on the little setup we got there now. So we can see the little setup with the
I think Liam's
sort of got the signage going up and that. Yeah. So that'll be good. Got to do another trip before we go. So wow, fucking Vulcan, the Vulcan, that was epic. That sound, especially in the valley there.
Oh yeah,
fucking hell, mate. Fuck that was the first time I've ever seen one in battle on the road on the track.
Yeah.
And, that sounded amazing.
That V12 nuts. So imagine driving a Valkyrie on the road. Just
you know what, New Zealand, you probably could. I mean, the shit you do
probably
over there,
could. Yeah,
fucking anything. So that's crazy.
Yeah, and as quick on. Here's the thing about the Valkyrie, on Cup 2Rs, road legal tires.
Yeah.
It'll do the same lap time as an LMP2 car
around
on slicks. I don't know what
whichever track or whatever, but
that is ridiculous pace. Ridiculous pace.
Fuck.
And then the Valkyrie AMR Pro, which is the Valkyrie with slicks and bigger wings, Hulkenberg said that it is the closest thing to an F1 car he's ever driven.
Who was driving it? Fucking Maxime was driving one
on the road.
Yeah, and he was driving, and I saw
that.
And I was just hoping he'd stack
and it looks insane. Like they're wearing headphones.
Oh,
on
mate.
the road. Like it's nuts. It is nuts. Yeah,
it is.
Still, as a track car.
Come on, man. Fuck it out. Yeah, that's good.
Next time I drive the Elephant on the road, I'm putting my helmet on, my race car helmet on. It needs it. It needs it. You know that episode of Top Gear where Clarkson's driving the aerial ladder?
Yeah, that's right. You put that.
It's like driving the windscreen. The windscreen has had some research and development to stop the air coming into the cabin. Mind you, we are also driving with the doors off, so there's a massive hole inside the car.
Not that you call them doors, they're fucking
covers,
they're Velcro fucking little covers that sit on the top there, which may stop a fly.
Yeah, but when you drive the Elephant, like your eyes start to dry out from the wind.
I've got to drive it. I haven't driven it any length.
It's so
I just fucking
much
burned
fun.
up and down the street, and
it is so much fun.
I should take Sienna to school.
Oh yeah,
Don't know where to fucking put the school bags.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You can put an A4 folder with about that much paper in it in the back.
Literally.
That's
Literally, yeah. There is no storage. I've been putting everything in the passenger footwell. Yeah. But then it's terrifying because the door pocket. So if I'm sitting in an Elephant, sorry to everyone who's listening and not watching. If you're on Spotify or YouTube,
just picture it.
You can actually watch on Spotify.
Yes.
The video's there. So when you're sitting in the Elephant, the door line comes down to your knee and then actually comes across below your thigh line. Like the side of the car is below your leg line. So you almost feel like you're going to fall out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird sensation. You definitely bolted in there. You're not going anywhere. Yeah. But it's that low, right? Where was I going? I've totally lost my train of thought here.
Fuck the fino.
Oh, shit. What were we talking about?
The Elephant, the door pocket, driving on the Elephant on the road.
I've completely lost it.
We'll get back.
The viewers will be screaming at me.
We'll be there. We'll get back.
But I'm sure you knew that you were going to connect the point I was going to make anyway.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So
wind gets in there a lot.
It was dry-eyed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but it's so much fun. It is. Yeah, I've got to drive.
I haven't driven it at any length.
That's right. That's what I was saying. So we got back there. So that door pocket comes down so low, but below your knee line, effectively, that you put anything in that footwell,
it's gonna come out.
and it's half a foot away from going straight outside of the car. You know, like it's really got to make sure that like you've got a jacket or something, and you've like tucked the jacket in around everything in there so it doesn't fall out.
There is nothing in the boot.
Nothing.
It's actually enough to put those little fucking side.
The door pockets in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, and then it's full.
Yeah, it's definitely not a
So basically a newspaper folded in half, and that's about it.
You couldn't fit a backpack in the boot.
Backpack?
No.
Couldn't fit a backpack inside the fucking car. It is pure purpose built
it's just a toy.
for one reason.
Yeah, it's just a toy. But, God, it's fun.
Get up in the morning early, get out on the Great Ocean Road and just...
Yeah, have a bit of a cruise,
bit of
go
fun,
for lunch,
cruise, lunch, and then drive back.
No.
That's it.
You're not stopping to run errands on the way home because you got no space.
Yeah.
And you can't lock the car. So if you're driving if I'm driving with my camera bag, I can't stop anywhere. And
can't.
You can't lock it. There's nothing. It's just a shell with wheels.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's a little fun factory.
Yeah, no, I'm going to drive it.
Yeah, so I really do want to drive a Caterham. I need to figure out who in Australia has a Caterham and ask if I can take the drive.
Caterham owners, give us a call. Want to drive the Elephant and the Caterham back to back and just see the differences between the two.
Yeah.
We'll even do a road test on the two.
Yeah.
You drive your Caterham, we'll drive the Elephant, then we'll swap,
Yeah.
and then we'll make a comparison.
Sounds
so
good to me.
contact us, please.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Done. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Best supercar.
Oh, well, fuck, man.
How many choices?
I don't know. What the fuck? There's
25 years.
There's one coming out every week.
There is at the moment.
Honestly,
but all the new ones are crap. So.
Oh, look, the only thing I would say, me personally, just go.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Couldn't say just go.
Car.
Just go extreme. Ultimate. What is the fuck? They changed the name.
With the wing? Or the high-speed one with no wing?
The high... I actually like the wing. I think it just looks fucking insane, the wing.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's me. That just shits on everything. Christian von Koenigsegg always said it, and I was privileged to fucking look after it for Oz and New Zealand. And when you got immersed in the brand and having... I feel very privileged that we've been around P1s and LaFerraris and 918s and all that sort of shit. It's another level, mate. Honestly, he's another level, mate. He is such a brilliant man in all aspects. The car, I wouldn't even fucking think twice. I just go, I'm done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy one here. I'd keep it overseas because of our tax system.
Yeah,
fucking too expensive.
Yeah.
Skip it there.
Yeah.
If I can afford a Yesco, then I can afford to go overseas and
Yeah, and a CC8,
that's it.
CC850 is just a manual Yesco, so fuck yeah, take that.
You know what I mean? But I think I wouldn't buy it because that gearbox and that development of what he has done is so amazing.
Yeah.
That gearbox, it doesn't matter what gear, it just goes back from 6th to 2nd. It just he's brilliant, man. So for me, that's the car. What would you?
GMA T50. And the thing is,
I thought about it.
If the Gordon Murray didn't exist,
Yeah.
I would be picking something from 15 years ago, something like an F50 that was manual and raw and everything else.
I know.
But the GMA exists.
I thought that.
And that's a proper car.
But when you go, a supercar is meant to do super speeds and it's meant to be stable and it's meant to be secure. Not that the GMA isn't, but an F50, you shit yourself. I've been in an F40 at speed and I was fucking shitting myself because it's just... Yeah, man, you're not walking away from anything, mate. You hit it.
You're done.
Fucking dead.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just the technology. I just think it's just the technology. I mean, for me, that's it. And, I mean, I know the GMA, that's fucking amazing, the fucking technology that he's built and the V10, that Cosworth engine and...
V12.
That's the V12, so the Cosworth engine and, 6-speed manual. I mean, wow, that's special, but... No, to me, the Koenigsegg, what did they fucking put?
Carrera GT. Porsche Carrera GT, which is...
It's just an epic engine.
Oh, it's an epic car.
We had a few of those there, but...
And manual gearbox, so good on these guys for picking a supercar.
And I do have to admit, that lovely
all
wood...
the supercars, manual gearbox supercar. Good choice. Well done.
Fuck.
Yeah. Interesting, eh?
Fucking hell, who fucking came up with these fucking choices?
Someone who likes my taste in cars, apparently.
Oh, mate, fuck, okay. I mean, I like them, but, fuck, I don't know, man. I just didn't see those. Fuck, that Caterham fucking threw me. Fuck. Fuck it out. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, curious, eh?
Wow. Fuck, okay.
Yeah.
What was it again? The fucking... What do they call it? What did they say? The best supercar? The fucking...
The Carrera GT.
That's what they said, Carrera GT?
Yeah, Porsche Carrera GT. Yeah. Which has also been called, the Widowmaker, all that sort of stuff. Apparently
that's what that fucking
handful.
Paul Walker fucking died in, the poor bloke.
Yeah, but that was just old tyres. That was
that was fucked, yeah. Wow. Fuck, okay. Fuck, all right. Yeah. Anyways, next one. Well, that's it, isn't it?
No, there's more. What else we got?
I'm sure they got an SUV.
No.
I thought they would have had an SUV.
we got one more
to me,
category.
that'd be Range Rover.
We got
Range Rover
one,
make the best
one more
SUVs.
category, and it's
Real Range Rover, not the fucking discos with dresses. Which is what a Range Rover Sport is, a disco with a dress. It always has been. They are nice, but you get a Range Rover, you got to get a real Range Rover. Like the proper Vogue, the real Range Rovers. Yeah. To me, that's... Oh, yeah, but the airbag spreads are fucked, and... Yeah, I know, but fuck. So is fucking other shit. It's just... that's the... I think Range Rover. I always said Range Rovers to me.
all right. Last category: best sports car.
Huh?
Best sports car, because we've got supercar. And we've done track car. Now best
To me,
sports
okay,
car.
best sports car all around for me. 992 Turbo S.
That's a supercar. That's a supercar. That's a 650 horsepower weapon. That's a supercar.
Well, I know, but if I pulled up at the fucking lights and some fucking tool turns up in his SF90, that's more of looks like a supercar than a
But
Porsche
I'd say the
Turbo.
SF90 is borderline hypercar. Turbo's a supercar. The SF90 is a hypercar.
Yeah, I know, but
Hold
then
on. How much retail is a 992 Turbo S?
Captain's car, I think it was about 7 something.
That's a supercar. That's not a sports car. $700,000 is not a sports car.
Oh, well, don't buy one new. But it's also, it depends on where you are in life. You asked me this fucking 10, 12, 15 years ago, I'm a single bloke, fucking on the tear. Fuck, I was so totally different. Now, family guy, got a young kid.
Yeah, it's true.
You just think, well, I need something that, they can enjoy or they can come with me or something. So that's why.
for sure.
But for me, I mean...
No, I'm going to tone you down a notch. It can't be a Turbo S. It's got to be something less horsepower, less money.
All right, just a fucking normal turbo. a 991 turbo.
Okay, I'll accept.
I don't mind turbo for 250 grand.
If it has to be a Porsche, I'll accept a Cayman or a
reckon it just
Boxster.
does-
Not a 911.
Why? A 911
A 911 Carrera is a sports car, but a Turbo S is a supercar.
All right, I'll drop the S. I'll just get fucking turbo. I mean, it's still fucking... What would you... They're supercar because they're supercar killers with practicality.
Help me out here, audience. Is a Porsche Turbo a supercar?
I don't know. It depends on what you look at it. Some guys think a fucking F40 is a supercar.
It is.
Fucking, I mean, it was back in the day, but fucking most hot hatches will beat them.
Really? An F40?
Made off the fucking lights. Maybe a top end, a different story because, 220 miles an hour, hot hatch ain't going to do that.
No.
But, fucking, mate, I've been privileged to have driven an F40. They're fucking buckets of shit.
What?
They're just old clunky. They're grass because that's what I love about them. You drive it compared to a new thing.
Yeah.
I love them because I like that old analog
yeah.
and the turbo boost kicks in. And if you're not
yeah.
ready, fucking, you're going to end up in a tree. And it's just raw. It's fucking chicken wire in the back there. The build quality, you got about as much build quality as fucking H&IH homes. You know what I mean? Like, there's just nothing left. You know what I mean? It's just, it's terrible. But in saying it, that's what you love about them. Because they're raw and you know it's going to kill you. That's why I love the old V12 Lambos. They're fucking axe murderers. They just, you make a mistake and it's going to bite you. The new ones, like I said, I can be drinking, having a fucking coffee, having a smoke, Bluetooth on, fucking just cruising around, sitting in 40-degree temperatures, sitting on the Westgate Bridge doing nothing, and the car will sit at cold, everything working fine, and I'm on a V12 Lamborghini. That shouldn't have all those tick-ticks. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. It should be yelling and screaming at you, going, what are you doing here? And so, I don't know. No. What would you choose?
Well, Piston Heads have picked for me because they chose a Lotus Elise.
No, you can't.
Now that's a sports
You can't, mate. How the fuck can you do that? You can't. You can't say that. I want to know who's fucking come up with these fucking things, seriously. I'm all for Lotuses. Like I said, man, I love Lotus Elise. I want to buy an SC. But really? 25 years? Nah, that's fucking horseshit. No, you can't. No way. And you can't tell me your choice would be a Lotus Elise as a sports car. You can't. You're not allowed to fucking say that. You can't.
Well, look, here's the thing. I think I can.
I think it's a great car, but...
I have driven, over my years at Lawbeck and my years here, a lot of different things.
You've driven a lot of shit.
And I have never driven anything that I've had less complaints with than my Elise. Just, it does everything better than anything else for what I'm looking for.
Fuck, I don't know. If you're going to go fucking Lotus, go fucking sports car. Well, go fuck...
I'd call it a Series 3 Exige, I would call a sports car.
Yeah, that's
that's like borderline supercar. It's real close.
You reckon? Series 3 Elise?
No, Exige.
Exige.
They're 430 horsepower-ish.
That's like we've had here. Those ones, the 14,
those
that
ones,
ones,
yeah.
the Cup.
Yeah, I think the world still technically classes them as sports cars, but they're on a track. They're like 2 seconds off a GT3 RS.
To me, that's a track car. I see that as a track car. Yeah, okay, it's a sports car, it's registered, but I don't know, fuck. See, that's, I mean, the interpretations are so fucking different.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to see what fucking people say. Oh, I reckon it'll be such a diverse range of fucking answers to these questions.
Yeah.
Fuck, I wouldn't have picked that. Nah, fuck. Like I said, I love Lotuses, but I would have picked something, sports car. Like I said, to me, I just think, or GT3 Touring.
That's a supercar.
It's not a GT3 Touring's not.
That is a supercar.
No,
A
Robert,
GT3.
I just sold Robert a fucking one of my best clients in Sydney. He's a beautiful client. Fuck, he bought a lot of cars off me. I just sold him a GT3 Touring 19. That's a supercar. The one you drove. That's a fucking sports car, mate. That's not a supercar.
Mate, that's a supercar.
That fucking 765 is a fucking supercar.
A GT3.
675 is a supercar. A GT3 Touring.
That's a supercar.
Really?
Yeah, mate.
Really? I don't
Yeah.
see that as a supercar. I don't see that as...
What?
I don't see that as a supercar. I just see that as a fucking grouse, all-round, fun, manual, GT3. I think it's grouse. I just think...
Would you call a GT3 RS a supercar?
It's borderline because of what it is and
You're
what
on
it
a
competes
different
in.
planet, mate.
Why? I don't know. See, to me, supercars has become such a loose fucking term. A supercar to me is... Holy shit, Batman. Like, it's just, what the fuck?
So you don't think they're supercars because they're only 500 horsepower and they don't feel that fast?
To me, again, like I said to you, if I rocked up in my fucking 991 turbo and some fucking idiot turns up in his fucking Lamborghini, okay, everyone's going to go, oh, supercar, Lambo.
Yeah.
I'll fucking eat the bloke for fucking breakfast, lunch and dinner in my turbo.
Yeah.
And when he's on the side of the road shitting itself, fucking, I'll be driving past going, yeah, mate. And I'll just keep going. To me, that's why I don't see it as a supercar, even though it will eat most supercars. That's what I love about it. That's why I go, I don't know, that's my interpretation. I don't think I've got enough fucking runs on the board to fucking say how I feel. So for me, that's how I see it. And to me, I see the Aventador like that as more a supercar.
Yeah.
I think so. That's my humble opinion. 765, 675, 650, that to me is supercar. Don't classify that as a sports car the way I've seen it.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
the way I've been in the industry a fucking long time, and I see how people's interpretations of what they claim to be a supercar. So most people get crazy when they see the McLarens or that sort of shit, or the XC220 90 supercar. But then you look at the fucking Turbo S next to it, and it doesn't seem like it's a supercar, and that will pretty much eat most things in this whole fucking showroom. That Turbo S.
Yeah, so I'd call it supercar.
But isn't it so under the radar when you park it next to it? That's why I classify it more as a sports car.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Than a supercar.
I get what you're saying.
Well, you think about it. We'll hold the fucking thing the next time here, whatever, and we'll go to people. What do you call that? Sports car, supercar. What do you call that? Sports car, supercar. And I reckon it'll be quite interesting, the fucking comments.
I'd love to know.
I reckon it'll be interesting.
I can't believe you got a GT3, a sports car, though. Oh, my God.
I call that a sports car. I don't know. I just call that a sports car.
What would you classify a 570S as? McLaren 570S?
I wouldn't fucking buy one. I don't even like it.
Sports car or supercar?
Well, see, it's McLaren, so it has that fucking theatre and that...
Yeah, I agree. I would have called it a supercar.
So you would automatically go supercar.
Yeah.
Because, Porsche, I don't know, like, you call a Maserati supercar?
No.
Fucking idiots do.
No.
It's not a fucking supercar, Maserati Gran Turismo or something like that. It's not a supercar. MC3 is not a supercar.
MC20
is.
Yep.
MC20 is.
Apparently it's a fucking bucket of crap, but yeah.
Yeah. Like, for a car that fucking everyone was waiting on, there's a fucking lot on the market, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. I reckon all the allocation of the orders for Australia are on the fucking market.
What would you call a C7 Corvette?
I call a C8.
C8
I
Corvette.
call a C8. So they're calling it a supercar, but I'd call it a sports car. Now, I fucking totally forgot about that car, and I would probably even think of that car because the C8 is a fucking amazing car. The reason why I wouldn't choose that is because of the practicality of the 2 seats.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the only reason why.
Yeah.
But I think the C8, and I've said it from the first one we had, mate, that to me is the best car value for money on the market. Sadly, it's getting expensive. The Z06, which we'll probably walk away from that order if we can get it or not, but it's fucking $350,000. Now,
it's still very cheap compared
still compared to your Ferraris and all that sort of stuff, but it's fucking amazing. But, you know, you go, well, is it borderline super or is it sports? I don't know. It's a fucking Z06 is a supercar, man. That's a pretty fucking hectic animal. But it has such good road manners, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. The road reports are amazing on that car.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. So I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a big call.
That's so interesting.
Big call, man.
That is so
But again, see, this is the love of this particular part of the industry. Yeah. Everyone's different opinions on how they get there. That's why I'd be curious to see what the audience would think about what their definition of these answers to their questions. It'd be quite interesting. And like I said, well, our next one will be the massive cars and coffee, but I'd like to walk around in the car park and just ask people, okay, what do you think of that? What do you classify that as?
Yeah.
That's what we'll do, because there's going to be a pretty fucking hectic... I mean, there's always a hectic, diverse range, but I think this time will be more, because there'll be a few more crowds that probably wouldn't normally come, because we're probably different to their scene.
Yeah.
But because of who we're having and because it's so universal, I think we'll get a few different cars that we wouldn't normally get.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I'm going to ask people that, because that just shows how much diversity there is in
100%. Even you and I are both quite similar, and even still, we're different.
Yeah, different opinions of what it does for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I said to people. I go, mate, everyone's opinion matters because that's what that does for you.
Yeah.
I may not see that because you have a different interpretation.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, some people say to me, why are you so die-hard on certain brands of cars? Well, one, I've been privileged to drive pretty much everything, so I can make a good synopsis of what works for me. And there's so many people out there that, as you said, you don't meet your heroes, because you'll be disappointed when you do with these cars. And they see that with people like, fuck, I expected more. What did you expect? I don't know. I know what you mean. Yeah. You're like, I don't know. I just expected something, but it wasn't there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
very. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, I just picked up the Elise Dad actually picked it up from the workshop. It's just had a shorter ratio steering rack. And
so what, 1-to-1, sort of like
it takes it from 2.8 turns lock to lock, so 1.4 each way. Yep. To 2.4 turns, which doesn't sound like a lot.
But it would be a bit.
But oh my God, it feels like it's halved the steering ratio. It's bananas.
Because you spend so much time with the car, you really know it too, so you'd notice the difference.
100%. It's honestly, it's hard to drive in a straight line. Because you drive along and it's just the tiniest twitch of your hand. All of a sudden, you're very across the lane. It's nuts.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Get used to that. Yeah. Inputs change totally.
Yeah. And we also had the larger camber steering arms put in the tie rod ends, which connect to the top of the uprights, which control how much camber you have. So I've got no more bump steer, and I've got shorter steering rack. Everything's brand new. It feels awesome. Yeah. Feels awesome. I just wasn't ready for how big of a difference a shorter ratio steering rack makes.
Really?
The car just feels alert and darty, and it's crazy the difference it's made. Not twitchy. I reckon if you're going really hard on a track, it probably would feel a little bit twitchy. But the arms eliminate the bump steer, so it's really solid.
Okay, so it's fat and sticks.
Yeah, interesting, hey? Shorter steering rack. I do... look, I've only driven it for 20 minutes to get here, but so far I recommend it. You notice that
difference?
Yeah, I like it. The car feels nuts.
Really?
The car feels nuts, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
Get it out in Winton.
Oh.
See what it'd be different, yeah.
Well, I mean, all my track time's taken up by the hyper racing now. Yeah, I don't really get to get the Lotus.
Once you've got it, I mean, again, I don't have a track car yet anyways, but again, from clients, I mean, it's like, once you've got your track car, you just go, well, no, I'm not going to... It's like the guys who race the bikes. Like, Mate, it's like, got mates who race bikes and then they raced in the 86 or like the...
right.
Well, and they're like, it's just different. It just doesn't matter, mate. It's just totally different than bikes.
Yeah.
Just fucking, I suppose it is true. It's just that next level of just, fuck.
I'd love to ride a bike on track.
Yeah, man, I'd love to have had that skill set to be able to, that would be amazing. It really would. It really would. Just to fucking...
Yeah, to learn how to lean the bike over and get your weight over on the side of it. It just looks like so much fun.
You're leaning over that much. They're fucking rubbing the shoulder.
Shoulder down. Oh, my God.
I can't fucking believe it.
It's nuts, isn't it?
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And those bikes, mate, those like, they like hunker down, like the way the bikes sit.
Yeah.
So they don't... And it just sits flat, like
it's nuts.
fucking goes.
It looks awesome.
The technology on these things is amazing.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
Good.
I'd love to go and buy a $6,000 CBR 600 or something just to use on track. Because riding on the road is so freaking dangerous.
It's too,
not
it's
interested.
Not worth it, mate.
But go to a track day where it's bikes only, everyone's spread out. There's water barriers along the sides, so if you come off, you're not going to die. Unless you're doing Mark Jesus.
Well,
and just go and have fun. Learn how to lean it over. You don't have to worry about oil and bumps and leaves and sticks on the road because you're on a track. It's the same every lap. You know what the conditions are like.
After with that car,
you just learn to. Oh God, that would just be so much fun. Love it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's probably a good segue. How we're looking for time. Oh, we're nearly done. Okay, so we quickly go through a question that we had from Instagram. I'll see if I can find the name of who it's from here. Sam Alfonso has said, "Love the show, boys." He actually asked on YouTube. "Love the show, boys. Would love to see a podcast on going to the track for beginners. What to watch out for and do, car setup, etc." And this is cool because there's a lot to learn.
People don't realise that much, how much is actually involved.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So what car have you got? Are you looking at potentially what car you want to buy for track work, or are you just going to take what you have?
Yeah.
The two biggest things are, and it sounds painfully obvious, but it is so unbelievably true, brakes and tyres. So factory brakes from most manufacturers are just not up to scratch in terms of their ability to deal with endurance and building up heat over time.
Yeah.
Classic example, both my Megane and my old BRZ that I had.
Oh, yeah.
I've had those both on the track, and at my pace, going at full tilt, I will get a lap and a half before the brakes are done. Done. Literally won't pull the car up anymore.
Yeah, but people
a
are
lap
surprised.
and a half, right? And if you're coming from, obviously track days for beginners, he's saying. So if you're coming from never having experienced a lot of the things that cars do when they are on the edge and that sort of stuff, then running into brake fade unprepared is one of the most terrifying things you could ever deal with. So step one, the discs, factory discs are normally okay. Change your pads. Go and get some half decent pads. I'm not really going to recommend brands because there's 1,000 different ones out there. Some work better with light cars, heavier cars, whatever the case may be.
It comes down what you're driving.
Right. Do your own research. The big one is high temp fluid, because you can even have the best pads in the world, but if you're rocking around in something that's 1,700 kilos, you are just going to bore that brake fluid. So high temp brake fluid.
Yeah, that's the thing you should see in when we do charity drive days, or when we've done drive days, especially the island, and people rock up in their normal, mate, I'll say it, normal AMGs or M's, and they haven't prepared it.
Nah.
They've driven it, and then the fucking thing is cooked.
Yeah, 100%.
No brakes.
Yeah.
Fucking transmission oils bubbling. The thing is
factory
fucking
cars
cooked.
are not
They're not designed. They're not. As much as they fucking claim, take it out of the track.
Nah.
Mate, horse shit, mate.
100%.
These cars aren't really prepared for that. And they're not. You've got to do a free change.
And when a new car comes out for release and they give it to press and they go to do a track day with the new M3 or whatever and they're driving on a track, those are prepped cars. Those are
correct, mate.
Cars.
Correct.
You go and take a factory M3 off the production line, and you'll get 3, 4, 5 laps, and the brakes are cooked.
Yeah, you fuck the tires, and you just
100%. Yeah,
and the car will just struggle with it.
The one important thing to note with brake fluid, .4 is the standard. If you're thinking about tracking, I would recommend, especially if you're doing 15, 20-minute sessions and you're starting to build up a fair bit of pace, I would recommend something higher than .4. I can't remember exactly what the Fahrenheit temperature of .4 is, but go up to a 525 degree Fahrenheit, or even I've got 600 degree Fahrenheit in the Lotus.
The fluid temperature.
Yep. The crucial thing is the higher temperature rating of the fluid, the more hygroscopic it is, which means collects water. And water compresses and boils, which not good to have in your brake lines. So the higher temperature fluid, the more often the fluid needs to be flushed out and changed. 600 Fahrenheit was recommended like every 6 months or something, completely flushing the brake fluid out of the car. Yeah, or maybe it was even less than that. Yeah. So it's a bit of a balance, and this is a lot of the things with performance track driving. It's just balance, higher performance things degrade at a faster rate.
Sure.
So where's that limit of how much performance you want versus how long do you want things to last?
And this is the other question: is your car a 90% road used car that you occasionally go and do track?
Correct.
Or is it,
exactly
I've got my own track car, which is purely for the track, and that's it.
Yeah.
So there's a difference, obviously. I mean, you've got to have kept that set up, and a lot of people don't realise that, and they just fucking fry them at track days.
Yep, exactly right. So even standard .4 fluid is hygroscopic. So you go and drive old cars that haven't had, major service or look at in a long time, and they'll have soft brake pedals and stuff, and that's because the lines are just full of air and water. So start with .4. If you're going for your first track day, maybe consider learning how to bleed the brakes or going to a mechanic and just asking them purely just to bleed the brakes. It won't cost very much, but it does need to be done every 1-2 years sort of thing to keep that pedal feeling firm, which is very important on track. Start with .4 for your first day. Be looking to feel for brake fade. And if you're going fast enough to run into that wall, upgrade your fluid for the next one. You can just feel out where you're at. And then we got tires, obviously. And there is nothing worse, you've probably experienced this, nothing worse than driving a road car on track with road tires and every corner is just and all the understeer in the world and you're just plowing through corners and you're just going, this does not feel good at all. You just feel like you're destroying the car, destroying the tires. You're not having fun because the car has no grip. It's not a fun experience.
Yeah, no confidence in it. You can't really throw it in. You think
exactly
you go
right,
fucking straight off.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and it's not just a matter of pure performance and lap time. It's a matter of performance and driving. Driving a car with suboptimal tires, it's just not an enjoyable experience on track. It really isn't. Trying to turn into corners and that noise, that scraping, rubbing as you're coming around corners, it's just not fun.
Not fun.
And a proper set of Michelin Cup 2Rs or semi-slicks like AR1s, they don't make that noise. They do not make that noise. No. Even when you push them right to the edge, they do not make that noise. So, good tyres. And I'd recommend good tyres for the road anyway. Driving in the rain, all that sort of stuff. You need a good set of tyres for a safe car.
Every car here, every car has the factory spec tyres. And it doesn't matter if it's if it's the cheapest car in the joint, to the dearest car. These manufacturers build these cars and they have certain tyres for the load rating, the power rating, the torque rating, and they're designed. And when people go cut corners and I see them, they put these cheap shit fucking tyres.
Yeah.
And I'm going, one, it's not right for the car. It looks like it's wrong. Two, you've change the dynamics of the car because that tyre is nowhere near as integral as it should be for that. And that's, again, I can only go on examples and because I carry a lot of old AMG I've owned and you're talking 1,000 fucking Newton meter torque gearboxes and shit like that. Factory. There's only two brands of tyres I run, either a Conti or a Mishi, and that's because there's certain brand that they fucking recommend for that car.
Yeah.
Always. Even my old fucking C36 got the proper factory Continentals on it. One, it looks good because it's the extra tyre that fit for the offset of the rim and it sits right. And it's been designed to set the spring calibration and all that's been designed on those cars. And people will forget, they go fucking like 20-inch wheels or 21-inch wheels on these cars. It actually fucks them. Might look good, but it actually fucks the ride. They're not designed for that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
All the tolerance and all of those things. The most brilliant minds have built these suspension set up. And you fuck it totally by putting oversized than factory would offer. Otherwise, they'd offer you a 21-inch wheel on certain cars.
Yeah.
But they don't. They might go to a 20 or a 19 because that's the most you should have for that setup. And that's what people forget that. You know what I mean? And it's designed for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's crucial. Yeah, tyres, fuck me. That's the most crucial thing.
Yeah, it's massive. So, obviously, you can look at what tyres your car comes with from factory, but chances are half of those options even then, might not be a track spec tire.
Correct.
So you still...
Correct.
What would I recommend? If you're, again, we're talking about a beginner here. So if you're a beginner who's coming to your first track day, even if you're going to do a couple of track days a year, you're still 90% road use with your car, right?
Correct.
So you don't want to be going something that you're going to get 5,000 Ks out of life because that's just pointless. So what do we recommend? Up until recently, I would have said a Bridgestone Potenza RE003. I think that's a great tyre. Marty Carmichael's recommended it for the longest time. They had a partnership with Bridgestone. I ran it on all my hot hatches and I thought it was the best tyre ever until I put a brand new set on the Lotus. And I'd done a full set on the Lotus previously and I thought they were awesome on the Lotus, loved them. Brand new set on the car and I did one reefed and run on a semi-warm day and we're going pretty hard. Probably one of the hardest runs I've ever done up reefed and spur.
Yeah.
And I baked them.
Really?
I completely baked them. And now I've got this set of RE003s that are 80%
Is that because of the
tread.
bitumen, maybe a bit harsh for those particular
Just overheated them. Overheated them. Absolutely cooked the shit out of them. And that showed me that they are not built for the temperature ratings of track properly. And you hear people say that they use them on track, but as far as I'm concerned, on road, even though we were going hard on the road, you still never ever go as hard on a mountain road as you do on the track.
Yeah, of course.
Even on a mountain road, I still managed to bake these tyres. And now they look fine. They've got crap loads of tread. Yeah. Some points you can still see the coloured markings on them. Like they're that fresh. And they have no grip.
Really?
Especially in the rain. They have the slicks in the rain now.
Wow.
It's like the grooves do nothing. The rubber compound itself has just
gone.
Concrete. So I've lost faith in the RE003. Up until this point, they've been fantastic. So if you're not driving as hard as I am, which is sometimes pretty bloody hard, then they'll probably be all right. But now, when people ask me this question, I recommend a Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. That seems to be the tyre to go for. I think they've released a Pilot Sport 5, not a 5S. But yeah, 4S, you can still get them readily available for most cars. Gordon Murray T50 comes with Pilot Sport 4Ss.
Yeah.
And that's the go-to middle ground between performance, tyre life, and how long you get out. Because they are not a Cup 2, a track-focused tyre. They're not. They are a performance road tyre.
Yeah.
But they've got all of that Cup 2 technology in them to be able to be used on track. But they are one of the highest rated tyres of everything in the wet. They're just awesome. That Pilot Sport 4S is the tyre.
Really?
Yeah, it is the tyre to have, yeah. Yeah, if I had to pick again, that'd be the one. And then there's only one option for me for track semi-slicks, AR ones, because they're so cheap.
Yeah,
they're so cheap. There's
Yokeis.
better tyres out. The
Yokeis? No.
Yokohama Advent AR ones, yeah. No.
Aren't they Yokeis, no?
Advent. Yoki's AO50. No, AR ones is, Jesus. I really should know this. Come on, brain. It's too late. What is it, 10:30 at night? What is AR1?
Avon.
No, not Hankook. Jeez, what's AR1s?
No.
No. Not Toyo. Come on, brain. Yeah, I'm going to Google it now. I'm going to feel like the world's biggest idiot. AR.
Yeah. Fucking Hankook, not Hankook.
It's not going to go. But it's semi-slick in here. AR1. Nanking. AR1s. They are a second off an AO50, which is the best track tyre on the market, and they are half the price. They are by far the cheap. They are way cheaper than Cup 2s, Cup 2Rs, Pirelli P0s. They are so cheap. I can get a set of AR1s, which are, again, a second off the best track tyre on the market, for the same price that I can get a set of RE003s for the Lotus. They're that cheap. They're fucking awesome. They've lasted me ages.
I was going to say, and their longevity is good.
So I can't...
But the Lotus is very good on its tyres anyways. They're fucking like...
There is problems with the AR ones, but none of them are bad enough to overcome just how cheap they are for how well they've get.
Yeah. So much value there,
They are awesome, yeah. And the last tip, we're probably running out of time now, so yeah, just over. So the last tip I'm going to give you, and this is something that I've learned over time, I'm not sure if you know this, every tyre manufacturer's numbers don't exactly correlate. So a Michelin 245 wide tyre will not measure exactly the same as a Pirelli 245 wide tyre.
Really?
Yes. And I'm not sure whether this is because each tyre manufacturer measures the distance from a different point on the rubber or something like that. I don't know. But I have seen disparities as big as 15, 20 mil, like 2 centimeters difference in the same size tire from two different manufacturers. So keep that in mind when you are buying tires, because everything is not as simple as it seems. And that's really interesting. Yeah.
Fuck, okay.
Such
I
a
never
cute,
knew. I mean, because like I said, I've just a rule of thumb. I've always put the factory tyre on.
100%.
Always.
And you
But
can't
I've
run
never-
into problems if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I mentioned, I've seen cars that I've owned, other people have owned them, and they put shit tyres on, you can see the difference straight away. You go, what the fuck have you done?
Yeah.
But like I said, I've never, fuck, okay. Because they go, the only 2 tyres I recommend, and I have a preference for Continentals.
Yeah.
So you just get Contis.
Yeah, it is scary that you can go, oh, we'll try a different tyre, try this tyre. What's the size? That's the size. Cool. Got on, put it on. Looks funny.
Yeah,
why does it
man.
look weird? What's going on here? Yeah, terrifying. That it exists. Why are they not all the same? That is really weird.
It'd be uniform because it's the
Yeah,
same size.
it's crazy.
rim.
It's
Fuck,
crazy.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, cool.
Yeah. So that should be enough to get you going for your first track day. Your car will work at that point. If you don't do those things,
Do
your
some
car
sim
is going to be
times.
terrifying. Do some sim times.
Yeah, mate. If you're in Melbourne, fucking come and
100%. Yeah.
you hook us up. Hook us up and we'll fucking get you on the sims. We'll look after you, mate.
Exactly right.
And honestly, just sit on that for a fucking couple of hours, mate. Just understand the braking, the fucking just turning it in, and just on the fucking ripples, and just little things like that. Just get a feel, understand what it's like, and then you're like, okay, I've got a bit of feeling about this, and then because we've got all the tracks here, so again, I'm not saying come here, but actually, funny enough, get on a really good sim with real accuracy on a track that you want to get familiar with, and just fucking spend a bit of time on it. You'll be surprised at
awesome.
how you'll pick up just those little things that will give you a bit of understanding when you're actually on the fucking track.
Yeah, it's so valuable.
It is definitely.
So valuable. Yep. Yeah,
All right.
And then to finish us off, the very last tip I'm going to give you, if you're a beginner track day enthusiast and you don't know what you're expecting, what you're walking into,
Driver train.
treat it like, obviously, if a day has trainers, I'd suggest you use one. Treat the track day, this is going to sound weird, a little bit like a camping trip. Track days have very few amenities. Tracks don't have restaurants and all that sort of stuff in them. You're just in a pit box on your own, if it's even a track with a pit box. So bring some camping chairs. Bring an esky with some food in it. Some water. Make the pit box a comfortable place to be. There's nothing worse than having nothing but your car there.
Yeah.
And it's lunchtime and you've got no food and you haven't sat down all day because there's nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
So do yourself a favor. Pack some bananas, some water bottles, a camping chair. Honestly, it makes the day
a world of a fucking
so
difference.
much better.
Yeah, that day Winton was so much easier with us, just with everything set up.
Yeah, I mean, we got tables with computers.
Yeah.
We bring everything.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah.
But
So there you go. That should get you set for your first track day, I reckon. Come to Winton, have some fun.
Yeah, might see you out there.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome. All right, well, we've smashed through
Another episode. Thank you very much.
Yep. The
And,
next time you hear us will probably be with Sam and Tony from Seen Through Glass. Behind the Glass, their podcast. They're going to come and join us for an episode or two.
That'll be grouse,
So that'll be the next time you're hearing from us. So
thank you again.
we'll see you at Cars and Coffee.